of the major. I'm going to announce our last.
Yes, sir.
Our last player. It's fantastic that we get to show some love to one of the boys. None other than Shotzzy.
He is dumb.
He is dumb, and he is good. I mean, talk about a complete turnaround for this kid. I mean, ever since that first match, he looked like a completely different player up on that stage, just decimating teams, toying with them almost.
Yeah, and I mean, he kind of has like the weight of the world on his shoulders. I think ever since your dumbass retired, he sort of took the throne, if you will, and he's kind of the face of the league now. He's obviously putting his best foot forward in content, but most importantly in game, right? He has a role now and a spotlight on him where his great plays are going to be talked about even more than they would have before, and his bad plays will also be ridiculed a little more. So everybody has his eyes on him. I mean, what a tournament. I think nobody will argue with seeing this kid on the breakdown team of the week. I mean, just lights out and consistent all weekend long.
Yeah. I mean, to even come back from a loser's round one to get to that grand final again, that just takes an unreal amount of grit. They played a lot of matches, and you got to think maybe fatigue set in a little bit at the end there.
Yeah.
It's hard to play that many matches back to back and be in losers from the start of the weekend. It is a grueler. I mean, we can talk about his stats a little bit. He had a 1.07 overall, 1.11 in hard point, putting up 2,700 damage, a 0.73 kills per round with a 1.0 in search, but he's getting a lot of first bloods, and 1.05 in control with 2,500 damage. So the kid had a great event. The longevity is one of the reasons why he was picked. I mean, they made it from losers one all the way back. So he was doing something right, and when he's frying, you heard Formal say it, he's probably one of the most impactful players of all time that you can have on your team.
I believe Formal's exact words were he's the best Call of Duty player ever when he's in flow state. And
he was in flow.
Yeah, I mean, it's insane how selfless of a player he is and how he can still shine in the kill department. His movement's obviously the best in the game. So we're glazing, and he deserves it because the kid, he's the talent, man. And I think a lot of people were on his ass and talking about how he hasn't really stepped up this year as that player. And I think this weekend was...
they always will be.
Yeah.
Optic has always been kind of under the microscope, if you will. Like you said, I mean, his plays are examined a lot harder than probably a lot of other main submachine gun players in the league. And it's just a fact. So to be able to play with that amount of pressure, I mean, you got to tip the hat.
Yeah.
I mean, I did it for a long time, so it's no easy task. Sometimes when things aren't going well, it's
down, buddy.
I know.
Yeah, you were terrible.
I know, I'm sorry. But there is our full team of the major. W's in chat for these guys. They all deserve it. They all deserve it.
I mean, can you imagine spawning in against that roster? I feel like that would be a pretty fucking good roster if they were on a main stage together.
Yeah, that roster would be pretty scary. I mean, talk about the form on some of their snakes.
They would be. I mean, let's see the emote. They'd be snaking.
Yeah, let's see that